How would you monetize WhatsApp? These product strategy questions are tough, but that's why you have me. So today in this video, I'm going to cover 3 things. We're going to talk about the framework that you can use to tackle this question, 2, monetization models that you should know, and 3, let's think of some monetization features for WhatsApp. So let's kick off with the framework. So I have a 4-part framework for you to tackle this question. And as with most questions, it starts off with, let's understand the product. So what is WhatsApp? At the most basic level, WhatsApp is a messaging app that allows people to communicate with one another. How does it work, you might ask? Well, once you download the app, you would then add your friends' phone numbers. Then you can send messages to them, and you can even create group messages for a group of your friends. And some other features include you can call your friends, you can send them photos, you can send them voice messages, which is one of my favorite features. And we're seeing a growing number of use cases on the platform. Like even today, people like myself reach out to businesses on WhatsApp to communicate with them. But messaging apps traditionally are pretty tricky to monetize. I mean, WhatsApp initially started monetization by charging people on the App Store, was it like 99 cents, $1.99, in order to download the app. And I remember even at that time, it was bonkers to think that a messaging app would charge users. And I definitely, being in the US where we have iMessage, was like, I'm not paying for this. So that's one reason why it's so hard to monetize messaging products, because it's pretty commoditized and hence people are not used to paying for messaging apps. The other reason it's hard is because messaging is a quite intimate setting, so it's a bit harder to then put commercial activity like ads in your messages. So that's what makes this question especially hard. But again, you have me, so we're gonna tackle this together. Step number 2 in this framework is who are the users and what do they need? So when we think about WhatsApp, that you have the consumers, so people like myself, like yourself, who are using the product to mainly communicate with their friends and family. A second set of users are businesses on the platform. So businesses, what do they want and need? They also want to use WhatsApp as a channel to communicate with their customers, but they also want to use it as a channel to come up with lead generation, to get more sales, to allow people to maybe even buy on the WhatsApp platform rather than having to go outside of the app. Step 3, I'm going to cover some monetization models. And here I cover them pretty exhaustively, but when you're answering this question, you want to cover a subset that you think is the best fit for the product at hand. So let's cover the 6 most common monetization models for businesses. Model number 1 is probably the most used monetization model, and it's basically a subscription model. So most likely you're paying a subscription for something, anywhere from products like Netflix or Amazon Prime to your phone bill. That's a subscription. And nowadays you have subscriptions for everything. There's one subscription service I saw called the Cat Lady Box. So for you cat lovers, every month they will send you a box of things for your cats. The second model is the freemium model. And this model is free access to the app and certain features, and it gives you a basic version. And then you would upgrade if you wanted more features. So a good example of this is Spotify. So you know the free version comes with ads, but the paid version comes without ads, but also allows you to, for example, use Spotify in a different country, allows you to download music, allows you to choose songs on mobile. So they've done a good job of getting people to upgrade to the more advanced version because they've made it pretty annoying to stay on the basic version. The third model is the ads model, which you're probably intimately familiar with because they are everywhere. Ads has largely powered our media ecosystem. So nowadays you see ads on things like Google and Facebook, but even before that, ads had powered our consumption of TV. Examples of ads are sponsored listing or even affiliate marketing. And they are especially good for entertainment or media sites that have a ton of traffic. For example, the Google, Facebooks of the world, or Forbes.com, which is getting a bit annoying in terms of the ads. Like, I can't even see the content anymore at this point. Or even the Spotify radio-like ads. Model number 4 is transaction fees. And this is the fee a business would charge their customer when they make a transaction on the platform. So think of Airbnb. They will charge the host and the customer a fee to use the platform. Or services like DoorDash. Again, they charge the restaurant a percentage, but they also charge you as a customer for using the platform. Model number 5 is selling physical goods, digital goods, or a service. So nowadays, for YouTube, you can actually buy stickers to send to your creators. Or there's the model of giving free information, but monetizing through getting consulting gigs through it. And model number 6 is the licensing model. So this, traditionally a ton of enterprises like the Oracles of the world or Salesforces of the world were using this model. And it's kind of similar to the subscription model, except you would pay for a license for the number of users in your organization that are using it. And you would pay a pretty large amount rather than a monthly subscription model. And this is not an exhaustive list. There could be other monetization models, and I'm curious, what are other models that you've seen using products? And you may realize as I talk through these models, a lot of businesses tend to mix and match a couple of these different models to ensure they get multiple revenue streams. For example, Spotify, they use both ads and a subscription model so that they're monetizing both the free users and the paid users. And a lot of platforms have followed suit, like YouTube. They created their YouTube Red or YouTube TV, whatever they call it nowadays, to get people who want ads out of their content. So from this list of different monetization models, you prioritize a couple that aligns with the user's needs and your business goals. And step number 4 is to come up with the actual solutions. So here we're gonna have some fun and think about ways to monetize WhatsApp. So I have 4 solutions for you. The first is utilizing transaction fees. So business today on WhatsApp, beyond just communicating with customers, they, at the end of the communication, want people to buy stuff and pay for their services or goods. One solution could be building out these stores on WhatsApp itself that allows customers to complete a sale on the platform. And then from that, WhatsApp could charge the business for the sale happening, and if it wanted to, even the customer. You might first start off with charging the business rather than the customer because you want to entice customers to create a behavior and a habit of buying on WhatsApp. And the businesses are willing to spend more early on to be listed on the platform. So what does an experience like this sound like? Let's say I wanted to get a facial and I decided to communicate with the business through WhatsApp. An ideal experience would be at the end, after they answer the question I have of whether they do microneedling, which for those that don't know, it's poking small holes into your face that's supposed to make it better. Anyways, check it out on YouTube. Is once I get the answer that I need from the business, I would want to book an appointment and pay for it right there and then. So let's give the business a way to allow customers to book directly on WhatsApp. A pro tip for you here, you might be wondering, how do I come up with solutions of ways to monetize? Inspiration is everywhere. Whatever product you're using, there most likely is a monetization model. And hence, taking a critical lens on what monetization model they're using it and how effective it is. Products that I think do really well in inspiration is check out some of the Chinese products like WeChat. They've come up with different ways to monetize. A second solution is utilizing the monetization model of selling physical, digital goods or services. So when I think about messaging, beyond just text, people want fun ways to message. For example, I'm obsessed with GIFs. If you haven't noticed, all my videos have GIFs. And I would pay someone on whatever messaging platform I'm using to create maybe custom GIFs or GIFs that I find funny. So here, WhatsApp might be able to monetize by getting creators to build sticker packs or GIF packs or meme packs and sell it on the platform. And this already exists on products like WeChat. So what would the experience look like? Let's say I want special stickers that stand out. It's holiday season, my favorite holiday is Halloween. And let's say I wanted to buy a sticker pack that was very Halloween themed. And here I would go into the sticker store and purchase a sticker pack from a creator for, let's say, $2 or $5. And the creator then gets a percentage of the money and WhatsApp gets a percentage of that money. Model number 3 is using the freemium model. So here WhatsApp could create basically the free version of their app as it is today, but they could also create a more advanced version. So for example, when you create a group chat, you have a limitation of how many people can be in that group. So let's say maybe they create an advanced version where that limit doesn't exist, or the limit is higher to 1,000 people instead of, I think, 512 people, or getting people who really care about privacy to pay for end-to-end encryption. The end-to-end encryption might not be a great one because a lot of services now offer that for free, so people might just hop onto those products. But you'd use some creativity to think, what are competitor products that might not have something that you could build at the intersection of what are product features that people have really been asking for? So what does the experience look like for this? Well, let's say I created a group for a party that was more than 512 people, which I think is the current limit. And at that limit, it would show a little pop-up. If you want to add more people, upgrade to the WhatsApp Pro version. And idea number 4 is, again, using the transaction fees. And here, it's allowing users to buy gifts for friends and family, and then WhatsApp taking a transaction off of that. So now that I think about it, it's not that different from the first idea, where businesses get people to buy stuff, and a part of that sale goes to WhatsApp. But I like this idea because it's fun. And basically imagine people wanting to buy gifts for their friends. So that's the experience. Let's say my friend Janet. I wanted to buy her a coffee because she's not feeling well. So I can buy, let's say, a Starbucks coffee for her directly on WhatsApp. She could go redeem it in stores. This one is a fun idea that I heard exists in Korea already. So again, a lot of these ideas are not new. They are inspiration from how other apps have monetized. And I think that's perfectly okay. I mean, think about the ads model. That has evolved from being used in newspapers, then to TV, then to the digital era of social media. What's important about designing monetization models, though, is to design an experience that won't isolate your users. So tread carefully. And how would you decide which one to build? Well, similar to the product sense question, you would figure out what does it cost to build this and what is the potential revenue opportunity. And here's again the 4-part framework in tackling the question, how would you monetize WhatsApp? And this can be asked for any question asking you, how would you monetize this product? And this is an example of a product strategy questions, which tend to be harder. Another great question they ask during product interviews is, how would you decide if, let's say, Amazon should enter the smartphone market? And this is quite tough, so check out this video where I show you the framework to answer these type of questions. And I will see you guys in the next video.